My name is Dan Good, and it is an honor for me to serve as the Superintendent, Chief Executive Officer of Columbus City Schools. Before the details of this very exciting announcement are shared, let's meet who's here. First of all, district faculty and staff. We have a lot of faculty and staff from Hubbard Mastery School here. Would you please stand at this time so we can see who's here? Outstanding. Okay, you can sit down. And thank you for taking time out of one of your first 2 official days on the job to attend here. And we also have some folks from Central Office that are joining us. Our Chief of Communications and External Affairs, Todd Tooney, is here. Our Chief Operating Officer, Maurice Oldham, is right here. Stand up, Maurice. And our Chief Financial Officer, Treasurer, new to the district and joining us today. And it's pretty impressive. He's only been on the job just a couple of weeks, and already he's in receipt of millions of dollars in new revenue that we didn't anticipate. So very impressive. Stan Bohoric is over here to my left, and he'll be joining me here in just a moment. And of course, we have the Franklin County Auditor's Office here, and he'll be making introductions when he arrives. You know, at Columbus City Schools, we believe is the education provider of choice for the families of over 51,000 of Ohio's capital cities' students. You know, we design and we deploy learning opportunities so that our children are highly educated, prepared for leadership and service, and are empowered for success as citizens in a global community. In fact, we believe that so much we've made it our mission statement. We also believe that when we engage all of our stakeholders and align our respective visions, then we can more effectively and efficiently invest our collective but nonetheless limited resources, and ultimately hold each other accountable for the extraordinary gains in academic, socio-emotional, and physical achievements. So to those ends, we're always pleased when formerly unanticipated revenue becomes available. And today, Columbus City Schools District is thrilled, truly thrilled, to be the beneficiary of the Franklin County Auditor's sound fiscal management and commitment to public education in the largest school system in the state. So to tell you more about today's announcement, I invite Franklin County Auditor Clarence Mingo to come to the podium, and as he's coming forward, let us publicly acknowledge him for the work of his office.
I appreciate it, sir. Well, good morning. Very good. I'm Clarence Mingo. I serve as the Franklin County Auditor, and we've come to collect your property tax. No, kidding. That would not be our cause here this morning. Candidly, it is quite the opposite. Many of you know that every 6 years, the county auditor has a significant charge, and that charge involves re-examining, studying, and otherwise appraising every single parcel of property in the county. That 6th year happened upon us in 2011, so that we undertook a very comprehensive study of the real estate market. We completed our work, and we released new property values countywide. After the completion of our work, we still had funds in hand for either further use or perhaps to return back to the taxing jurisdictions, in this case, the Columbus Public Schools. In 2011, we were able to return nearly $7.5 million back to the school district. In 2014, we once again have undertook a study of the market to let Franklin County residents know how the real estate market is performing and how it has impacted your homes, businesses, and other entities that you might dwell in. Once again, after the completion of our operations, we have significant funds left on balance, and the decision needed to be made as to what we would do with it. We could either keep those funds in circulation for further use, or we once again could return it to the taxing jurisdictions, in this case, Columbus Public Schools. The decision was made this year in 2014 to return nearly $10.5 million back to local municipalities and school districts here in Franklin County. It is our privilege to do so. Returning these dollars is not a reflection of Clarence Mingo, but it is more of a reflection of a very prudent staff who exercise great fiscal discretion in the use of those funds. And today it is our distinct pleasure and privilege to return $2.2 million back to the Columbus Public School Districts. It's a high occasion for us to give back to the community, to support our local school districts, and also to let you know that we treasure the concept of fiscal responsibility, and we demonstrate that here today in partnership with you as we return this check for your use and service. So, would you please help me welcome Stan Bohoric as we bestow this check for $2.2 million upon you. Thank you.
Okay, that's mine now. Very good. You finished?
Thank you so much. Yep, all right.
And per usual, the treasurer took the money. Thank you, Franklin County Auditor Clarence Mingo. Mr. Mingo, we are truly grateful for this check made out to Columbus City Schools, and certainly we appreciate you and your team's thriftiness that has resulted in an allocation of these additional funds to support Columbus City School students. We will be very judicious in how we use these funds to enhance our continued academic improvement efforts. There continues to be a need for greater development of our literacy and numeracy methodologies, and so we plan for a portion to be dedicated to ongoing embedded professional development for our educators. 2, students benefit from tangible resources such as leveled libraries, which are high-interest print text written at a child's decoding and comprehension ability. Those books are needed in our schools and also in students' homes, and we plan for a portion of the money to be invested in those materials. And our parents have told us that the family academies we hosted last year were very beneficial, so we plan to grow those partnering opportunities, including a common convocation for the community, and focus on both reading improvement and mathematics improvement. And we'll build more of the popular television segments that provided tips to parents on reading. And so now we can add mathematics. Also, we wish to grow our mentorship programs, such as those provided by Big Brother, Big Sister, City Year, Communities in Schools, Diplomas Now, Project Mentor, and others that have made a measurable difference in students' attendance, behavior, and course completion choices. Our children deserve strong, accessible role models. And finally, there are some model, innovative programs we wish to support, such as our STEM clubs. And by the way, our Northland STEM Club is one of the winningest STEM clubs in the nation. So where we can support and even expand these high-quality activities for students, we are committed to doing so. And one of those new initiatives for 2014-15 school year that will benefit from these new resources is the Hubbard Mastery Program, hence our selection of this site for today's check presentation. So please welcome Susan Mcgeehan, Hubbard Mastery School Principal, to the podium, who will provide you with a brief overview of the Mastery Program. Susan?
Hello, I'm Susie Mcgeehan, Principal of Hubbard Mastery School, and my staff is here today with us. And as Gandhi said, be the change you hope to see in the world. And that's exactly what my staff has done all summer. We have worked hard to prepare a mastery-based learning program for Hubbard Mastery School. Imagine for a moment being a teacher and having a curriculum at every child's level. Students get to move on at their own pace. That's what mastery-based learning is all about. My thumbprint unlocks the information in my cell phone. Mastery-based learning allows students to use their thumbprint to navigate through their education. Thank you.
And so again, thank you to Franklin County Auditor Clarence Mingo for his part in making bright the beginning of the 2014-15 academic year, and thank you to all of you that took time out of your schedules to attend today. We are just under 48 hours from the beginning of the traditional school year, but we are going to take just a few more moments right now to answer any questions that you have, and I'll invite our Chief Financial Officer, Treasurer, to join me at the podium this time. Good. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Thank you all for coming today. It's much appreciated.